Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of Return of the Giants may contain adult language or adult themes. Hello everybody.
Everyone.
Hello there, welcome back to the Lost Archives. It is wonderful to see your gorgeous faces. We are here, we are playing the premier homebrew D&D adventure, Return of the Giants. It is super exciting to be back. We hope you guys had a really good holiday, a really good New Year's. Super keen to be back. I hope the Minecraft videos I was posting over the holiday period helped keep you entertained. I know they did keep me entertained recording them. Love me a bit of Minecraft. It has been lots of fun doing the Minecraft. I thoroughly recommend checking it out if you haven't already. I've been really getting into like the advanced energistic stuff, which is like all the computer stuff and having everything like digitized and like actual programming in Minecraft. It's been awesome. I'm really enjoying it. I tried to get into like the create mod, which is all about like actual like engineering. Mechanical engineering, but you actually do need an engineering degree for it. So for the moment, I'm switching back to nuclear reactors, which is ironically easier to figure out the nuclear reactors than it is how fucking cogs work. So that's where I'm at the moment, is just getting that done and recording as we go. So I hope you guys check it out. And if you enjoy it, let me know. If there's anything else you'd like me to check out, I will do so. Struggling to get back into Pokemon. Really tried. I just can't bring myself to play the DLC. Just find it really dull. Sorry.
Buying it.
Was that when you were playing today?
No, I've been excited for the new Animal Crossing update that comes on tomorrow.
Yeah,
nice.
So fair. But yeah, so hope that has kept you entertained. Thank you everyone who joined us on Monday and Tuesday for Cosmere and our Tales from the Yawning Portal campaign. Super warm welcome to Jacob, who's joining us on the Tuesday nights for now, which will be really exciting. And we'll have to have a bit of a chat soon about who's joining us on a Monday now that Josh has had to take a step back with his new work arrangements. So I'll keep you all posted on developments there. And that is pretty much all the fun news to share before we dive into the session. I'm going to do a recap. Let us do our D&D adventure. I've got a thorough recap to really refresh our memories. I know it's been a few weeks since we were back, and we will dive straight into the adventure. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a name now legendary across the lands of Nostea, is taking on the threat posed by the return of the Giants. Heading to the frozen lands of Northgard, the team are now on the trail of the Frost Giants, seemingly linked to a sudden and drastic change in the climate. After an arduous journey across the frozen landscape north of the town of Skostal, accompanied by companions Klaus and Messai, the team have arrived at the Coldridge coast. To their surprise, the coastline has frozen over, the ocean now covered in a layer of ice and the beach packed with the frozen bodies of whales, dolphins, seals, and other marine life. The beach was not devoid of life, however. A large solitary frost giant suddenly rising from behind the carcass of a whale, surprising some of the party. Attempts to communicate went very poorly, the giant hurling a spear of ice towards the party and then turning to walk out across the sea ice. Hurt and insulted by this, Cassius used his magic to summon a ballista and immediately fired upon the giant, the bolt striking the ice at its feet and dropping it into the ocean below. The party soon found their celebrations interrupted, however, by the emergence of the now very pissed off frost giant, his ice hounds rushing down from the cliff edge to engage the party in battle. With the group now fighting for their lives again, Grim used his necromancy to reanimate several walrus corpses, sending them into battle the Frosthounds, while Niles and Cassius did their best to prevent the frost giant throwing more devastating ice lances. Hoping to interrupt the fight, Niles called out to the frost giant, calling upon the legacy of the Olthing and the authority of the storm giant Sindaris to demand the giant cease his aggression. While not successful in calming the giant enough to end combat, the connection formed through the Heartstones to the Frost Giant did have another effect. The echoes in the stones awakening and calling out in Giant, Eru Ithu Alai Anam. All at once, the team found themselves drawn once more into a giant dream. The party and the Frost Giant falling unconscious one by one, their bodies dropping to the ice, leaving Messai and Klaus to quickly pull them into shelter, which has been labelled here the Igloo of Awesome on the map. Thank you for that, Ali. Awakening on the deck of an enormous longship, the team soon found themselves joined by Grim and Cassius, the former as a dark shadow and the latter as a giant forged, similar in make to his magic arm. While the others tried to orient themselves in time and space, Bart and Grim attempted to tap into the memories in Grim's Heartstone, a single name emerging from the void that lies at its core, Ginnungagop. And that is where we left off last session. Niles, Lyra, Harry, and Cassius, the four of you are currently standing together in your giant forms, your original bodies, your original shapes, mere after images, almost visible as spectres hovering over the shoulders of these giant forms that you once again occupy. The ship that you are on is enormous, hundreds of feet long, constructed of wood, burnished and stained and painted with depictions of animals, the ocean, the sky, and at its very center, an enormous spire rising up, the winds crackling around it. At the front of the ship, at the bow, you can see a familiar figure, a frost giant king, Jarl Ulfric, standing atop the prow, a strange device in his hands that's folded open, lenses visible as he stares through them, examining the horizon. The water below the ship surges against the wooden planks, a storm, but held at bay by some magic, keeping the ship safe. Towards the back of the group, Grim and Bart, who've stepped aside, Bart seemingly interested in learning what he can about Grim's echo, shall we call it? Asking Grim what he could call forth from memory. And Grim, with your history check of 14, this is what you were able to recover. Single name. Title, it's hard to say. But the word in the giant language, is Gunungagop, which you know is the giant word for the empty void, or the dark void. I hand back over to all of you.
Who was I talking to? Just to get myself back
Bart.
to speed again. It was like,
I'd sort of
Bart.
separated from the group.
Yes.
So
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
do you know who you are? You seem to just be a bit of like a dark incorporealness compared to the rest of us.
Well, yes, I do prefer to hide in the shadows, but a bit of a chill comes over Grim. It's like, you see the amorphous shadow sort of like vibrate as if a shiver. It's like, I asked myself who I am, and I got back Gunungagap, giant for a shadow, a void, something along those lines. Yes, I'm sure it's not terrible, like a void, something like that.
To give you a bit of an idea, from what I've experienced with the others of the Tempest Guild, during these dreams, we seem to take on members of some sort of a group of giants that were organizing the Ulthing, getting different tribes to sign it, trying to organize peace amongst them. So I think that we're going back in time to the good guys in the giants, people that were trying to unite Nostea, but like we've always been where our
can't
people
be a bad person, of course. Like if I'm here with you all in these memories, like that can't be a.
Well, that's the thing, because I cannot see who you are. I'm wondering if maybe you dreaming with us has formed some sort of a glitch. Maybe we could talk to Harry and Figment about it.
It's a great idea. Yes, I would love to have a chat with Harry and Figment. Yes.
Well, I'm
The
going
sense
Figment
you
has
had,
a few
Grim.
ideas about who I am, but he's not sharing.
The sense you had, Grim, when trying to recall memories of your giant form, of your echo, was that it had been consumed, erased. This was all that was left, the empty outline of what was once a person, their thoughts, their dreams, their memories, now just gone. That you are...
I get the feeling that Gugungathop was here. It was Gugungathop Took who was here, in a sense.
The sense you get is that your echo was a person. It has been consumed along with everything that was inside your heartstone, and all that is left is Gunungagop, the void. It's not a name, it's not quite a name.
Feeling of being. Yeah.
Well, you check with Harry, see if, I guess, who you used to be was here with us, because we haven't had that many encounters with other giants in our entourage. Thrain's copy was gone for a small period of time, but I can see Jarl Ulfric up ahead, so I'm going to try to learn a bit about this dream. Maybe you find out who you are?
I'll try. As much as you can when peering into the void. That's playing words of sorts. Not really.
Yeah, I'll turn and start heading to the bow of the ship, or where was he?
Yeah, right at the bow of the ship.
Okay, yeah. I'll head off in that direction.
Alrighty. What are the rest of you doing while this is going on?
Yeah, like if I'm sort of near Jarl and he seems like he'd be amenable to talking sort of with us, I want to sort of do a bit of like a glance around the ship, sort of noticing Grim's sort of lack of being really, and like sort of knowing sort of how these dreams have been in the past. I want to ask him, like, sort of look around and was like, are we missing someone that's supposed to be up here, or do we need to go down and get them? Like, and just to sort of see if like he might give us a hint as to like if there was supposed to be sort of someone in this dream, but they've kind of been deleted.
Who are you saying that to?
No, to the Jarl. To the Jarl.
Oh, to the Jarl. Okay.
To the Jarl.
Yeah, perfect. As Lyra, as you make your way over, Bart, not too far behind you as you approach the Jarl, you watch as the frost giant, I mean, to describe Jarl Ulfric, exceptionally tall. Even amongst frost giants, he is actually quite tall, at least half a head taller than the rest of them. Enormous white beard done up in a series of tight braids, one half of his hair shaved, the other half braided into a series of ringlets that tie back around his head. And you can see a tattoo, what looks like an enormous serpent tattooed on the skin, this lighter blue coloring against the dark blue of his skin. Sorry, a darker blue coloring against the lighter blue of his skin, creating this sort of, very strange effect of this sea serpent-like image around his scalp that seems to move all the way down his neck, stretching around this enormous snaking tattoo. You watch as he turns around towards you. Corius, I see you have emerged from down below. Do you have news? Is there something you need to share with me?
Yes, well, the running of the ship appears to be working in perfect order, as unexpected. But as I came back up, I got the sense that are we missing someone up on deck that was here before? Like, they haven't teleported away, have they?
Not as far as I am aware. Eldir was meant to be joining us, but he was unable to. I see no one missing, as far as I am aware.
One of those strange feelings, I guess. Do you know, how far it is until we reach our destination?
It is hard to say. Maybe a few more hours before we sight the coastline once again. Why? Are you impatient? I thought this journey was something you feared.
Always impatient, but, well, sometimes it's better to get the thing that you're afraid of over and done with sooner rather than later, rather than, dwelling on the fear.
I am just
How about you?
I am just pleased to see you have finally found your sea legs. You are no longer throwing up over the sides. Rather undignified for a cloud giant of your status, no? As he gives you a warm smile.
We're used to flying, on our own power. This, whole vessel kind of business is, not my cup of tea, so to speak.
Yeah, you are in frost giant territory. You meet with frost giants to discuss the future of frost giants. You travel as a frost giant, in that case. Right?
Well, I'm here, aren't I?
You are. Most of the council are here. Yes, it is good to see. Those who represent us.
Don't like how it's so unsteady, unlike the ground beneath, and I'll sort of grab the side of the ship beside them.
Indeed.
An unsettling dream.
A dream. That is right. Well, I will try my best to ensure you arrive before it becomes a nightmare. I have always wondered, do stone giants float or sink in the water? We will not find out today. If my helmsmanship is as good as I say it is.
Taking a look at it, how big is this ship in comparison? Like this, does this feel like maybe the giant legendary one that we'd heard about as we've been traveling in Northgard?
Bart, do you want to make me a history check?
Is that as Bart or as
As Bart, use your stats for tonight. 18.
18.
Fucking hell. 17 plus 1. But, yeah, looking over the ship, It's huge, hundreds of feet long, and that's from your human perspective, because at the moment you're living as a giant, you're experiencing this as a giant, so it's hard to kind of do the scale conversion. This is the biggest boat you've ever seen. You think this is the biggest boat that's ever existed. How this is floating.
For a giant, this looks, yeah.
For a giant, it looks enormous. This is an enormous ship. What's more, I mean, it's hard to know exactly where you are, but something about this boat, something about the region of ocean, the stars that you can glimpse occasionally through the clouds above, this seems somewhat familiar, like the sky you've glimpsed around Northgard. Yeah, your history senses are tingling at this point. You've got a feeling these dreams always seem to show you important moments, and you've just been hearing stories of this incredible shipwreck, the largest boat ever made, shipwrecked and lost, giant treasure lost at sea. Yeah, you've got a feeling that those events are likely connected for sure.
Your helmsmen have done an amazing job in managing to organize a vessel so mighty. Was this birthed in the Bay of Ice?
I am not familiar with this Bay of Ice, but I can tell you that this has been worked on for many years. I know of 2 craftsmen who spent most of their lives working on this vessel to have it ready to transport us.
Sindaris will probably stride up.
Yeah.
Can I do a perception check to see what material the ship is made of?
Yeah, for sure.
Something
It looks
this big, right?
Looks like wood to the naked eye, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Cool. Perception check. Let's go.
11. Niles, it's made of wood. You were on a wooden ship. The trunks of the trees that were felled to make this must have been mighty indeed, though. Enormous. Trees that no longer exist in the world that you've left behind, in the world you live in today.
Sindaris will like stride up and go, your helmsman must have felled an entire forest, or several forests, to have built a ship this vast.
You show your true thoughts, Storm Giant. The Frost Giants do not carve the trees from the forests. We sing the wood from the trees. Our skalds spend many nights calling to the elder woods, summoning forth only the purest, their branches ready to be hewn and cut and shaped. No tree was felled to make this.
Forgive my ignorance, then. It is a feat. I have heard of singing from the fire giants. They sing to their fire, but to sing to the trees, that is a marvelous feat.
This is done by the 2 master shipwrights, or what are their names?
This is not performed by master shipwrights. The singing is done by skalds. It is a title, inherited, passed down through families. Those who have the gift have the voice to call. Many of my comrades, my people, would balk at this, but I am wise enough to acknowledge that frost and fire, we have many similarities as well as differences.
There is strength in words.
Indeed.
Of great power.
Well, do not fear. There is no storm, no force that could prevent us from reaching our destination now. Though I must say...
I just want to see if Grim can come in at some point here when you're no storms or anything. And how long until we reach our destination? What was his name again?
Ulfric.
Ulfric, sorry. And how long would that be, Ulfric, till we reach our destination?
Oh, we should sight the shoreline very soon. A few hours before I can see it with our instruments, maybe longer for the naked eye.
Honestly, I've been thinking about a nickname recently, and may come left field, I know, of course. If I could have a short name, if we ever have to go in conversation, I want to say my full name. Golgothop. Do you have another name for me that we could use?
I have always known you as... And then his mouth moves, but no noise comes out.
Yeah. I knew that would happen.
Yeah.
I shoot a glance
yes, of
probably at you guys, probably more as Niles and less as Sindaris. But anyway, yep. And then I think Sindaris will look up at the sails. I'm assuming this is a sailing boat. Does it have sails?
The sails are interesting, Niles. At first thought you kind of discounted them and moved on, assuming that they were very similar to normal sails.
No.
What you see, what you see are stretches of what at first appears to be fabric, but you realize is not really flapping in the wind. It's undulating under its own tension, under its own movement. And as you look closer, you can see it's partially translucent, almost like this fine gossamer. It ripples, the colors shifting across it, almost blue and green, like the aurora itself.
Oh, wow.
It's some form of energy bound between these long planks of wood, the runes carved into the shaft of the main sail, and along the borders, glowing and pulsing with energy and time with this force. The sail is magic, created, empowered, and fully realized by giant runes carved into the mast.
Ultrek, I thought the tree was impressive, but I thought the ship was impressive, but the sails, they are most impressive.
I am surprised to hear you compliment what is undoubtedly a union of the Cloud and Frost Giant parties. The Cloud Giants are the ones who helped give us the spell that would be allowed to create the Stone Giants, the ones who helped supply some of the runes, making sense of them, how to bind and form them. The purpose of this is to show what the union of our people can do, what the All Thing can bring to giant kind, that we may form things that we alone could never accomplish. Wonders, creations that would be unseen, unheard, and unrealized without our full cooperation.
Indeed, I must put my own feelings aside and respect the union you have formed here. It is marvelous. Even as a storm giant, I must relinquish this fact.
The dreams can get a bit murky sometimes. I wish to report to our prince soon. Where are we traveling again? I just want to let him know how far off we are.
Your prince will be fine. Your fear for him is unfounded. We are traveling over to Iskidar. Bay of Ice is best way to translate. It is sacred place to frost giants. Iskidar. It is where we will meet with, it is where we will meet with the rest of the frost giant clans, and I will tell them that we are signing the All Thing. You will wish me much luck, no? Frost giant clans have never been united. This will be first time in our history all will bow before one.
How do the clans feel about this union?
The clans cling to the old ways. They fear change, most of them. Many of them fear the cessation of power. Most of them are just uncertain, and if they are uncertain, they are unwilling. People fear, they do not act, or they act in haste and foolishly. I'm hoping this vessel can help convince my kin of what we can accomplish as a team, as a united front. And King Mjorn has provided us with an example.
I'll start walking to find Harry, and how far off are we from this bay?
Several hours yet, 4, maybe 5, if the winds are so favorable.
A long night sleeping then. Okay, and I'm gonna head off and try to find Harry.
I'll stay with Ulfric for a bit.
Alrighty. Cassius, what would you be doing while this is going on? Oh, yep, sorry, Lyra, yep.
I was going to say, could I just do a quick insight check on his confidence when he was saying that nothing's going to bring this ship down?
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Insight, please don't be
very arrogant, so...
Oh, you're kidding me?
Oh, wow.
11. Plus 8. Plus 8 on that one.
Oh my god, you got a plus 8?
Yeah.
I rolled a 3.
Shockingly bad insight.
It's a yikes dog.
Lyra, seems fine. Seems pretty confident. Doesn't Doesn't come across as anything other than a throwaway line from a man who feels very confident.
I'm assuming that Corius has sort of a similar level of confidence if Lyra can sort of tap that.
Yeah,
Lyra.
like, tap that.
Lyra, could you roll for me, please? Another insight check, this time on Corius.
Ooh.
I do need this. I do need this separate.
Give me a second. Da, da, da. Yeah. Haven't had to use this character sheet in a while.
Yeah.
The internet is great up here.
I will share with
Like
Twitch.
15 megabyte download. It's great.
My lovely Twitch chat. Normally I can see your responses just here, but unfortunately the Twitch chat Docker on OBS is missing, and so I can't see it anymore. So I'm having to like look across to a different screen and change windows.
No
That's a natural 20. It's a natural 20.
Still
Lyra,
counts.
you know
counts.
that everything's fine. The Cloud Giants helped to design the spell that's powering this sail, and you would also be aware that the Cloud Giants also gave some advice on the magic that's allowing this to float. A boat of this size does not adhere to Archimedes' principle. What would it be on Nostea? It does not adhere to Archimicarus's principle. It is not displacing enough water to be buoyant. It is too large. When it's this size, it's displacing water in a capacity that is unsustainable. The weight on here would sink it. So there's something else going on here as well to keep this afloat and maintain that movement through the water. And you know the Cloud Giants helped to design that system. Everything should be fine. But you know it's not. Corius knows it's not. You're not sure how, you're not sure why, but some niggling doubt at the back of your mind tells you something is wrong. You don't know what it is as you look around, but something with the magic, something you can't even see, something you feel. The spell isn't doing what it is supposed to. There is something else happening with the magic. The weave is faltering, changing and shifting. Something's wrong.
Just first describing the making of sort of the sails and stuff. The sails were a collaboration with was it Cloud and Storm Giants?
Cloud, Stone, and Frost.
Stone and Frost for the runes.
The Stone helped to put the runes together. The Cloud Giants helped with the spell. The Frost Giants put it all together.
See if I can pull Bard aside and just sort of on the down low. Just sort of gesture sort of lightly towards the sails and just sort of be like, the weave, it doesn't seem overly dreamlike to you, does it? I'm just trying to without arousing too much concern, just lightly.
Yeah.
So, just direct your attention over here.
Yeah, look, Bart will have a look in that direction and would this help at all?
Seem normal, don't they? I just have this feeling.
No, probably wouldn't help. I was seeing if Channel Divinity, a divine sense, would assist at all, because my skill rolls are shit. Yeah, look, I'll try to recall upon my Giants memories. I already know that the Stone Giants have been really bitchy, honestly. They use their it's all a dream to just not care about anyone else. They've already made plans in the past that we found out to fuck up the Fire Giants, so why not the Frost Giants as well? Yeah, can I do a history check to see if I know anything?
Absolutely. This would be beyond just dicking around with the other giants. This could potentially shatter the whole thing. 3. Nah, nothing to worry about.
I don't know of anything myself, Lyra, but possibly Harry being a bit more important in our standings, his giant might. I was going to head over to him. Did you want to come with me, or are you going to stay with him?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'll come with you.
While this is happening, I think Sindaris would probably just be talking to Ulfric still and sort of ask him sort of some questions so have you fought You've been what battles have you succeeded in lately?
It is good you ask of battles. Shows that you are learning Frost Giant culture at least a little along the way.
Of course. It's my duty. It is my role to learn of what the giants are. I report back to Bjorn on all these matters. He likes
Good.
to know what is happening.
Good. This is one of the reasons I respect King Bjorn so well. He is a wise leader, one who cares about his people. Yes, recently we used this ship to hunt a sea serpent. You can see I have tattooed its likeness upon my skin.
Ah, a mighty beast.
Yes, Jormungandr, a very old, very ancient sea serpent. It's hunted these waters for many generations. But now, with it slain, our ships can move freely across this section of the ocean once again. Though I doubt it will take some of its children too long to grow to a similar size now that it is no longer eating all the fish, all the squid. It is good.
A mighty victory, then.
Yes, we hunted it for 33 days. It was a long, slow sail, but we brought the beast down eventually.
I myself have been reading reports. There are these creatures that seem to be infernal in nature. Not of this world, but seem to be well adapted to the ice. Does that ring any bells to you at all?
Creatures of infernal? I know that there was some talk of a place in other worlds accessed by the portals. Sinmare had tapped into this place. The place of demons and devils, they said. Creatures. I was not aware that any had come through. I thought they had closed that link quickly enough to prevent any problems.
Well, so had I, but the reports are rather worrying. I thought that perhaps, given your affinity with the frost, that you may have heard of it in your own kind, but it seems like the portal perhaps is closed then, or at least maybe not.
That is very concerning. I must consult with the other elders if there has been another breach. Perhaps it is time we stop using these portals. I understand Sinmare's goal to find other worlds, to find other people, but I think it draws too much attention to us, opens us up to threats that otherwise we would be invisible, hidden, safe from. I do not think the benefits outweigh the risks on this. I know that King Mion loves his daughter and indulges her, but I think what Sinmare is doing is dangerous. We have already had to share our world with the dragons, the elves, the dwarves. Who knows what else we will find if we keep opening these passages between the worlds.
It does create problems and raises questions about whether or not this power is sustainable in the long run. The fire giants seem to flippantly use it without any consideration.
They have grasped this with both hands, not fearing the burn. I think of the portals like this. We are at sea. We cannot see below the waves. We are casting our nets down into the depths. Occasionally we will pull things up of interest. One day we will pull something up that is bigger than our nets. Something that we cannot catch.
Those are wise words. Kind of leave it at that.
Perfectamundo. Cassius, what would you be doing while this is going on? Cassius and Harry, what are the two of you doing?
Yeah, so I wanted to ask the frost giant that came in with us.
Yeah, where's he?
Where is he? Yeah,
it's a great question. If you're keeping an eye out for anyone who might be acting differently or acting a bit confused, do you want to roll me a perception or an insight check for me, please, Cassius? Actually, I'd even allow investigation here. Investigation would work too.
I'll go perception.
I wondered when someone would ask that.
No, that's a crit.
That's a natural 20. That's a 24. So, Cassius, you take a moment while your other companions seem content to either rush forwards and engage with this or hang back and talk about how weird they look right now. You instead pay attention to your surroundings, focused on what is happening. And you very quickly spot one of the other sailors, a younger frost giant man. No beard, but a long braided moustache with a slight afterimage to him. And as you focus and look, the afterimage swims into clarity and you see the frost giant that you were fighting. In the form of the sailor, he seems confused, looking around the deck, trying to speak to the other frost giants, and they engage with him for a little bit and then gradually begin to drift off. You know that you can only push these so far. You're reliving a retelling of someone's memories. There's only so much you can do before it stops functioning in the same way. But you spot him. He's down the back of the boat, right at the rear, attempting to try and talk to some of the other sailors. He hasn't noticed you guys yet. He hasn't noticed Jarl Ulfric yet either.
I might go to Harry actually if he's just sort of looking around too. I guess when I try and speak, it'd be more robotic. I don't know if I can be bothered doing a robotic voice.
No. You don't have to do that. You can just speak as you. You know that in the context of this dream, you're reliving the memories of the past. The people around you hear what they want to hear. They respond to what the voice is. You don't need to. You can just talk as you, as Cassius.
No, I will look at Harry though.
Yeah.
Hey, Harry, I can spot our little friend. Oh, shouldn't say little, I suppose. Big friend from the beach. Can you spot him over there? He looks a bit confused. Do you think we should go and grab him? What do you reckon? Bring him in to the fold? What do you think?
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't want to leave him alone, I think.
Oh, go on then. Let's go see how he's doing then, eh? So we'll sort of quickly approach him. I don't know how. Probably just sort of walk up to him, I suppose. I'm just a giant. What am I again? A giant forge?
Yeah, you're a giant forged. Carved.
In front of
I'm just a giant.
Just an innocent giant. Just a normal giant. Yeah, you're a giant forged. You're like a warforged. You can kind of design a little bit what you'd like. You're one that's been carved and created by the frost giants, Cassius. So in this form, you would resemble the frost giants' aesthetic. So probably predominantly wood, maybe even some like ice components to you, some like permafrost components that are kept alive by the magic at your core. There would be very visible runes, and you would be carved with and painted with swirling tattoo designs to match the frost giants around you, most likely.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So I would actually walk pretty natural through them.
Yeah.
I'll go to our fellow over there. Hey mate, how you doing now? I can see you're a bit confused. We're the folk that you came in with. Well, I'm actually the one that shot the ballista at you. But that's all, in the past, eh? Come on now, mate. We're all over here.
What is this? What magic have you wrought? I am unrecognized by my people. They know not who I am. What have you done to me?
If I'm being honest, I am not the person to speak to about that matter. This is my very first time too, to be fair, and I just have as many questions as you do, my friend. So why don't we, together, go and ask him?
You are changed as well. You appear not as yourself. You appear as giant. How have you stolen the form of this creature?
Well, giant forge, more or less. Not really a giant per se, so it's actually a construct, not really sort of a creature made of flesh or anything like that. So per se, it could really be made into anything, realistically, couldn't it? So I think you're a bit off, aren't you, about that estimation, don't you think? Come on now, I'm a creature made of, look at this, metal and stuff. Don't stress
Metal,
it, brother.
Wood.
Come on now.
Can you make me a persuasion? Can you make me a persuasion check?
That works so well. 13's not horrible.
13's not bad. You watch as the giant in this form. He is so confused. This is so unusual to him, which is really interesting because that means that he doesn't really understand what's happening either, Cassius. In this moment, that's useful information for you. As you go to lead him back to the rest of the party, he follows you for a bit, unsure, staying a little bit behind you, almost staying just behind in your blind spot in case he needs to either take off or attack you. You're a warrior. You recognize this kind of behavior.
Don't
But then
stress
all-
it, my friend. I know what you're trying to do back there. Look, my back is more than available for you to put in whatever you wish. However, though, I won't let you do it. Come on now, friend.
Phrasing.
I would watch a mumming and a play, have a meal first. You watch as he pauses as he follows you and then suddenly stops. Cassius, you take a few steps before you realize he's not following you anymore. He has frozen in place, his eyes fixed on Jarl Ulfric.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that would, isn't that like your sort of figurehead, I suppose?
Tis
This
Jarl.
is a figure of legend.
Jarl Ulfric, the last true Jarl of the Frost Giants. How is he here? How is he alive?
So we in a memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a memory. So is this the past? So that's why he's still here.
It's... My eyes are deceived. This is not my Jarl. This is my Jarl. What? I do not understand what this is. How
this
am I
is
able to
weird.
see this?
We haven't had a giant that's been alive relive the memory before. Oh, this is funny.
It's kind of odd that they don't know about any of this. Like they've never experienced it before.
That's true, because it's like their technology, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The
interesting.
entire point of the stones as well. Like,
That's the whole point, right?
The stones were new, and a lot of the things we've told them, the Queen of the Storm Giants didn't really think that some of it was possible. So maybe we've been exploring new technological territory that they've never handled before.
Yeah.
Where Owen brings in AI, his favorite topic, into D&D.
Would never.
For podcast listeners, I'm resisting. I passed my wisdom saving throw and I have remained passive on my face. Only a really good insight check would be able to see through that facade. Yeah. You watch Harry as you say that. This is a memory. It's not really. You watch as the Frost Giant sort of pauses, looking confused, and turns back towards the two of you. This is not how this... How are you doing this? I am seeing things that I should not be able to see. This is not how this works. You do not relive the events of the past through these. You merely have knowledge of them. I am here. I feel this. I feel the wind on my skin, the cold biting through. I taste the salts on the sea air. My eyes sting from the spray from the waves. This feels like I am here. This is not how this is normally meant to be. You have done something to this. You have
Yeah,
changed
this
this.
This guy's so much more talkative new than when you.
It's almost like having his entire worldview and understanding of how things function completely shattered to its core. Has put him on the back foot a little bit.
Can I put my hand on his shoulder and be like, how is this meant to be? As like, I stare my void into his face.
Oh, visible flinch as you go to touch him on the shoulder. Grim
Now, see, now, hold
recoils.
on. That obviously is a bit funky. Well, let's be honest. I don't think that's normal for any of these people, right? I look at you all.
I
Is that
see.
normal? Have you seen this before in any of these other happenings?
People don't seem to know who he is. That the name was spoken by Ulfric before, and that it was just an empty noise. What did you say you know yourself as at the moment?
Gagolgathop. Put your hand on my chest. I'm pretty sure you can do that. I
No, I don't wanna-
Can you
I
do
don't-
that?
try and put a hand through his chest.
Do you know what I like most? I like most that Brandon says it different every time and has not once said it correctly, which I am that's what I'm most excited by. Do you need me to
Every time you ask me, I'm just like, it's Gagolgathop. Galalathop.
Galalagrop. Would you like me?
Galalagrop.
Would you like me to type a phonetic spelling in the chat so that you can have that
No, I've
instead
already
of the
done it,
Norse?
but I can't. I'm just not reading it every time I pull it up. I just have to go through
No,
my
but
notes
do you want me to
again.
give you the
So,
phonetic so that it's in your mind in the phonetic spelling? Does that work for you? Like if you see it written out
Okay.
phonetically, does that
I'm
become the
I'm
new
going to listen.
Ginungagop?
Gungagop.
Ginungagop.
Ingigo.
Gi
What's the first part?
Nun.
Gulung?
Gi Gi
Gi.
Nu Gingop. Ginungagop.
Gangirgoop.
Okay.
You're trying to ruin him, and that's not fair. He can't.
Jen.
How do you go like full on Magneto mode and just be like, I'm tapping into like the consciousness of the world?
It's a read.
Nah, fuck.
There you go. I've typed it out for you. Ginungugop.
Bart's going to take a step forward and
This
prod
is a weird
a
word.
giant-sized finger into the other frost giant's chest. Not so fun when we're the same size as you, is it? Picking on someone your own size?
He slaps your hand away immediately and stares at you, Bart. You do not touch
look.
me. You do not have a right for it. You
Are we
are.
still inferior to you now?
Look, it's probably not the right time for hostilities, I imagine. We're all stuck in this together. Let's think it through. We don't need to get to blows.
Did Dara/Niles notice this?
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
right. It's
I'm
happening
gonna
right
be like-
behind you. Yeah.
Oh, it appears that one of your subordinates is having a bit of issue with that stone giant there, Ulfric. I wouldn't let that slide.
You watch as he spots this, squints, shakes his head. I knew bringing Igun's lad would be a problem. He is hot-headed for a frost giant. I will deal with this. Do not mind Sindaris. I will put this boy back in his place. With that, you watch as Ulfric strides over the deck of the ship. As he approaches, you watch as the frost giant immediately turns and looks up at Jarl Ulfric, bowing his head. Yes, you do well to bow. You are here because you are lucky enough that your father was great Drengir. I allow you to come on ship in honor of his memory. You do great dishonor by treating these guests of ours with anything less than your highest courtesy. You watch as the frost giant looks up, his eyes wide, mouth agape, a bit of a stunned expression on his face as he looks back towards all of you and goes, but these are not giants. Shush! These are giants. We may not share the same form, we may not share the same appearance, but we are all giant kind, and we are bound by the All-Thing from now until the end of our time.
This child wasn't too keen on the old thing, was he?
You watch as the frost giant looks, a look of seething fury on his face as he looks at you now, Bart. The stunned expression now sort of disappearing as he goes, the old thing has, this is the past, this has not happened, the old thing is gone. It fell apart, it was destroyed by the greed of the others. Yeah?
At that, like when it sort of seems like he's about to sort of break the fourth wall, so to speak, I think Lyra/Chorus might sort of try and interject and be like, this form of transportation has us all on edge. And like just sort of trying to shoot him a bit of a look that just says essentially, shut the fuck up. Like,
Do you want to make me
sort of give him a warning? Like,
do you want to make me an intimidation check or intimidation or maybe persuasion, Lyra? Your choice.
as Chorus or
As you.
Lyra?
But you have different
As you.
roles?
Yeah. Use all your stats for tonight.
14.
That's pretty good. A straight roll.
14.
Not bad.
You watch as the frost giant pauses for a moment, goes to speak, but catches something in your eye and stops, closing his mouth. Apologies, my Jarl. What was that, boy? You do not speak loud enough for frost giant to hear you over wind. You should speak boldly. When you make mistake, you own mistake. It is no longer a mistake if you claim it as your own. Which the frost giant nods, making eye contact with Jarl Ulfric. I am sorry I failed you, my Jarl. Now, and every time in the past. Ulfric pauses for a second, really taken by this moment of honesty, a single tear rolling down the cheek of the frost giant, freezing in place.
Feel bad.
You watch as Ulfric kind of shakes his head and goes, boy, you are too full of passion, too full of emotion. It is good, emotion drives us, but do not let it take the wheel of the ship. Only you will guide, yes? Emotion is the waves, the waters that you sail upon. You must stay above it. Feel it, immerse in it, but do not let it sweep you away. Your passion is good. A cool head, even better. Go. Whatever you need to get to, I am sure it is more than standing around here. Yeah.
As this is happening, I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
I'm just gonna say, does does Lyra's tattoos work in this dream?
Yep.
If I can, I'm gonna try and link up with that frost giant. And just sort of be like, okay, hey, don't show any reaction. It's it's me. Stop that. Calm. Score your expression. And then I'm just gonna sort of try and like calmly sort of explain. It's like, okay, so yep, I know the stones haven't worked like this with you before. You're experiencing the past through. Honestly, I actually don't know how your stone is doing it. Ours is doing it because we assumed that they were old stones that were somehow reimplanted, but don't know what's up with yours unless you inherited your stone by some chance.
No, I am the only bearer of this stone, the only one who has carried it.
Okay, well, perhaps it pulls from the memories of your ancestors or something, but anyway, there's one big no-no when it comes to these dreams, and that's alluding to what they would consider the future that is your past, if that makes sense. Mentioning the old thing, or the failure of the old thing, mentioning that this is a memory rather than the current present, can have unintended consequences. So if you can, just sort of try and do your best to play along with the goings-on, if you will.
This magic that you have done to make these stones show me things, this is not how they work. At least not how they have worked in my whole life using these. When you experience the events of the past, you view them. It is like an image, an illusion that you see. You do not feel, you do not act inside of it. This is something I have never seen before.
Not our magic. That is the odd thing. It's been like this for us as long as we've held these stones. But we have not manipulated them nor sought out to, I guess, even have this function. Really, I mean, it's we've been doing our best to navigate it whenever it sort of appears for us, so to speak. But yeah, your guess is as good as ours. But it's a valuable learning experience, so I implore you to just come along for the ride.
I have shown you dishonor, you and your companions. I thought you were just small folk. Clearly, there is more about you. You are tied to the giants. You live as giants in these dreams. I am trying to decide whether it is sacrilege or a gift of Enam.
I cannot say what it is, as we're, not the original bearers or creators of the stones, but I can say one thing to you in full honesty, that is, we only intend to have the best outcome for everyone, for the giants, for the Norse folk. We want everyone just to live in peace and be able to live as they choose and do as they will. Like, without all the fighting, it's all stops you from moving forward and doing fun things and creating interesting things like these boats, and it's...
The ship never reaches its destination.
Yeah.
Hey, this is an idea. What is your ability with roots? We know that this ship was created as a collaboration of sorts, with stone, with cloud, and with frost. And can I sort of gesture towards the sails and sort of the areas where I saw that the weave wasn't weaving properly, and just sort of like, do you see anything amiss amongst the magic amongst all this?
You watch as he nods, examining. The story of what happened to the Ice Carver is a long tale, one that is told often through my kind. It is our great tragedy. What should have been our moment of most pride ended up becoming a event that scarred Ulfric, scarring our leader, changing our relationship with the stone and with the cloud giants, and giving the fire giants a chance to pull ahead, to take power in the All Thing when it was finally formed.
Being given an opportunity for each time we've entered one of these experience streams, we're given a chance to learn something about the past through our own eyes without the colorings of the tintings of the those that tell the history as you would normally, well, learn history. It's perhaps the reason why we are here right now is to actually determine what causes the failure of this ice carver. I mean, is it a failure of the cloud? Is it a failure of the stone? Is it a failure of frost? Is it sabotage by something completely unexpected? I think we need to perhaps do our best to learn rather than see what we expect to see. I mean, if that makes sense, through, you know, what you've learned with history and stuff, but do you care to examine this with us? We're wanting to learn about, you know, what causes the failure. Anyway, your help would be appreciated if you would wish to join us.
Svindal. My name is Svindal.
Oh, well. As my small folk, I'm Lyra, but here as I am, as you know, Corius.
I know each of you, except the strange one who is like a scar in the air. I know each of your names. Etringa, Corius, Sindaris, all of you. All of you are taking the forms of giants integral, essential to the forming of the All Thing. Your heartstones.
Is there anyone?
Wait, you go.
Oh, sorry. As he's saying this, he knows everyone. I'm like, it sounds like there might be some stories or tellings of what's happened here. Is there any names that I miss from who you're meeting here today?
Is this a mental conversation?
No, he's speaking out loud.
Oh, sorry. I realized there was a mental conversation.
He's speaking out loud now.
Okay, I was going to, wasn't too sure if he was talking out loud there.
He'll speak out louder. Well, no, you're right. The whole thing would be mental. So no, only you're having this conversation with him, Lyra, as he says each of the names. You're right.
It sounded like he was like looking and I was just like, wait, is he talking out loud?
I'm assuming like while this is happening, like you guys are just kind of going about your business.
I assume kind of like heading away from the group towards the back of the boat, back where he'd come from originally.
Yeah, like maybe even like if we can, like sort of be like close to one of the masts of the sails, sort of where some of the rooms are. Like we're just sort of like closely inspecting, and you know, something that seems.
There'd be masts at the back of the ship. I'm sure that you could.
Three masts.
The crow's nest.
No crow's nest. No need for it. The device that he was using before seems to provide viewing over a great distance, even accounting for the curvature.
No rigging at all. It's just these.
No rigging. It's all energy. This shroud of energy providing propulsion.
Is it just a single mast that's sticking out of the ship?
Three masts.
There's just three tall poles.
And then the cross beams that provide the linking point for the rooms.
Okay, so there are cross beams. Okay.
There's stays sort of also holding up the mast, or is it just mast? But
I was going to say a bit like Treasure Planet, but then Treasure Planet they had the whole thing where they cut the rope and they fell off. So it's not like
Whoa, spoilers. Can I just say, Treasure Planet. Fuck, man. Treasure Planet, Atlantis. We need to go back. We nailed it. Something happened. Yes. I don't know what happened. But we
that was the blend of CG and physical animation.
Yeah.
Like that was the
more profitable.
Atlantis was fucking
Song Alley for
the
Treasure
best.
Planet.
I'm still here.
I'm still here.
No copyright strikes here.
No copyright strikes,
I'm
please.
gonna say it now. Kiara, the princess from Atlantis, is
the
bestest princess. 100%.
Yeah.
She's also the
100%.
oldest, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she was a couple hundred years old by the events of
No,
the
she's like I think she's like 2000.
thousands, was it?
Yeah.
Did,
There you
did
go.
I stutter? Would.
Go watch Atlantis if you haven't already, and
Nah.
Treasure Planet if you haven't already. You need to do yourselves
What?
that favor.
Yeah. What?
Can Bart find a moment to pull Harry aside? I was trying to look through the memories, or speaking to Lyra, that Ettringer has. She thinks that something is wrong with the sails. It seems like our folk made them, hers and ours. I can't remember anything, but I'm thinking maybe Utnir being so close and a bit higher ranking might. Can you try to remember if your giant knows anything about her sabotage?
Harry closes his eyes and tries to go back in his mind.
Harry, could I have a history check?
That is a 18.
18. What are you searching for, Harry? What kind of, as you peer back?
Yeah. So look, this seems like an important part of history. It's about to get signed. We know it didn't necessarily happen the way it was meant to. So I guess he's looking for a traumatic event in his giant character's life that maybe like what led to it, because I feel like this is close to where everything went wrong. So feelings
Yeah.
of regret, feelings of powerlessness, feelings of shock and horror, and feelings of betrayal. Harry looks in himself and remembers those emotions from his real life and tries to look for that in his giant's life.
Oh.
Harry, as you delve into the memories, as you delve into your memories, drawing upon them to help delve into the memories of your giant, the echo that you are living through, there's a resonance, a shared feeling, sense of betrayal, a sense of loss. Two particular stand out more than any other. One doesn't happen yet. It's still to come. In the events of the echo, the history, the timeline that you're living through now, that greatest betrayal, that sense of most pain, is still a couple of years away. But there is another that stands out like a candle burning. Where the other is a blazing torch, this is a smaller flame. A sense of fear, a sense of terror. Dark waves swallowing a ship. People rushing, floundering. And at its core, a figure standing aloft, hand placed upon the mast. And their form shifting for a moment, changing. First a frost giant, then their hair billowing out like clouds before vanishing.
The fucking clouds. Fucking cloud giants, man.
I thought it was going to be a fire giant, to be honest. So okay, yeah, no. Harry turns to Bart and says, "Nope, everything's all right now."
Hey, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no. We remember a event that it looks like there was a cloud giant on board that was pretending to be disguised as a frost giant.
Okay, that's good.
And it looks like it destroyed the mast, or the waves were taking the ship down.
Similar to our involvement with the fire giants, do you know? Did you recall at all if the stone had betrayed them as well? Our carvings on the masts.
No, Harry. No memory. It was a surprise. You are the son of the the great father of the stone giants. There is no way you would have been risked if there had been any knowledge of the stone giants.
No. No. I mean, we're all here, right? So.
Okay, well, let's look at this with how we can use this to our advantage. This is a memory I've messed up memories in the past, and all it does is create conflicts and mental pain. It doesn't actually change things in the past. So we're not going to be able to save the ship if we find out who that person is. However, we know that we're about to, in the real world, encounter the frost giants. So whatever information we can bring to them to maybe gain trust might be useful. Finding the identity of this person may be helpful in the situation that maybe none living then know what occurred and know who did it. So I feel like we need
his name Ulfric, was it?
He's the leader of the Frost Giants. Yeah.
Do you think you would know? This is maybe it's just pure morbid curiosity on my part. I mind the part. Do you think you would know anything about Nocturnus, perhaps?
Well,
positive about that, or if that's a thing.
Our theories about
time at all.
It was something to do with the destruction and death of Anam creating Nocturnus. So, look, you can check, but I'm sorry, Grim, I don't know how much you're going to learn about it because I don't think it exists yet.
My hypothesis exactly, but there's something I'd like to rule out.
Okay, well,
I'll take that into my own discussions. That's pure curiosity for me. It's not, hopefully not impactful to this.
The ship doesn't arrive for hours, so I think we've all got some time to spread out and learn what we can, what might be useful in the real world, because there might be more that will be helpful to us than just the infiltrator. But I'm gonna actually is Niles here with us at the moment?
Yeah, Niles is with you.
Yep.
Hello. What are we talking about?
I
was just talking to Ulfric for a bit. What seems to be the issue?
We've got someone who is a frost giant in pretend illusion, actually a cloud giant. It's why the ship goes down as far as Harry and Whitney. I think I'm good with people. You're good at reading people. I think you and me should separate and start looking for who this person is while the others find other useful information.
Okay.
Could I? Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, can I just take the next 10 minutes to do a ritual cast of Detect Magic?
I was also thinking the same thing.
Then we can, use that to screen the people.
Can I high five you with my void hand?
I will. I'm going to move the overlay so you guys can actually high five in real life. Wait, hang on. Are you going to be next to each other for the time being, or for the this is the new setup?
I imagine that if you're thinking, this is pretty much it, yeah. But also imagine if we do Detect Magic, we might be like, are we thinking the same thing? Oh my god.
We share one brain cell.
Yeah.
That's the Avatar crew. I didn't realize that had spread.
Now it's gonna look.
Now
it's gonna look back at Bart and be like, "This is Niles now. You say a couple of hours, but the sabotage could have happened earlier.
That's what I mean.
We may not have had that much time."
Mm-hmm. We don't know when it's going to occur. And this ship is ginormous. There's obviously levels underneath. The detecting magic definitely will help, but I think we all need to spread out in different directions.
I mean, Niles, knowing what Niles knows, he's been in a couple of these dream sequences before. Usually they're not that long. So I think whatever's going to happen is going to happen, imminently. So I think Niles is just going to turn around and look for, anyone that looks sus. And, disregarding our own giant selves, because we already look like... We probably look like we belong there, but not really, because we're kind of acting the part. But
hearing you say that it lasts not as temporary. Hearing you say that it's only a temporary, because I didn't know how temporary the situation is. I'm up to Ulfric to ask him about Nocturnus, but I'm also inquiring in my mind palace what Nocturnus was called before. Nocturnus was called Nocturnus, whether or not that's something I could recall. Just chucking that in there. Why you?
Harry's giving Bart guidance as well.
Cool.
On the topic of Harry, I was just thinking, can we see if we can ask Figment to sort of make sure he has like a really high def recording of this memory so that if, say, as per Harry's memory, you know, he remembers seeing the frost cloud giant transformation, if we can like pause and enhance and just try and see who the face is.
Have you got all this, Owen? Have you got this?
I've got it all. This is easy.
Is Svidal?
Okay.
Is his name Svidal? Svidal, the frost giant, the guy who's sharing the memory with us. Giant.
Svindal.
Fidel?
I'll type it out for you. I'll type it out for you.
Spindle.
Well, I don't
just-
know what the rest of you are going to do. Cassius, Harry, and this new companion of ours, I guess. But I do think someone should stay with the mast that Harry sees this occurring to. Obviously, they may approach it to activate the magic, but we don't have time. So someone do that. You, Niles, let's go.
You, Niles. Let's go.
Does Harry know which mast it is from his memory?
As I'm really starting to walk up, I don't know.
They all look very similar. Hard to say.
Look, we can,
Is Findel with us?
Svindal is still with you. Well, actually, with Lyra, the two of them kind of walked a little bit of way.
Svindel.
We're
Was it?
investigating the mast.
Was that? Did I overhear your name before? Sorry.
I'm happy for Lyra to have shared that information with all of you at this point.
Well,
And the weave failing.
take a look around, lad. Does anything? Is this your typical crew? Does anything seem out of place? Are there anyone here that you don't recognize?
I do not know. I have never been on this boat. I was a young man. I had not earned.
Close your eyes and tap into the memory of the memory, I suppose, rather than your own, the way that you would normally recall a memory. Try and feel the being that you are currently right now in this dream, in this reliving, and then ask them and see if they might respond.
Which is Svindal closes his eyes and focuses for a moment. Sorry. Best poker face. You watch as Svindal. For podcast listeners, I did a little grimace. Yeah, that's going to be a total of 3. You watch as Svindal pauses for a moment,
I did.
opens his eyes. I am sorry. I hear no voice. I see no. I feel nothing. There is no sense of any mind or memories or thoughts or feelings below. It is just me. Just
okay,
my
lad.
own fears.
It takes some time. We are still understanding it ourselves.
In terms of who should be here, I know some of the people who are supposed to be on the boat. I can look around and see if any notable figures are missing, if there are any notable figures who are here who were not meant to be, or who the stories would have certainly commented on. That is...
That's
That's a good start.
Thinking back to the Frost Giant history, in the history as you know it, what was the cause of the failure of this voyage? Was there a particular someone or group to blame, or was it just seen as a terrible accident?
The Frost Giants always believed it was sabotage, but the prevailing voices, particularly amongst the Cloud and Storm, were that the Frost Giants had overreached, that they had tried, that they did not have the skill or the knowledge to work the magics of the Cloud Giants, that they were unable to guide the magic of the runes, that it was the failure of the Frost Giants, that Jarl Ulfric had overreached and brought ruin upon his people.
Unlikely. Yeah, unlikely.
They seem like they've reached pretty well here.
Yes.
They seem like they're reaching in their means.
These rumors of sabotage, any evidence, or is it just sort of gut feeling?
There was an effort made to recover the ship, to try and find out what had happened, but it had sunk so deep, we were unable to recover. There was a lot going on at the time. The Frost Giants were under a great deal of pressure. The events that Jarl Ulfric spoke of before the slaying of Jormungandr, the great sea serpent, it had unintended consequences for the Frost Giants as well. Jormungandr was the largest sea serpent. There were many of its children. With Jormungandr gone, the balance tipped, and they became ferocious, aggressive, and territorial, trying to carve out portions of the sea for themselves. Jarl Ulfric, in slaying Jormungandr, gained great honor, great glory, but he also put our people in danger.
The slaying of this Jormungandr, either the slaying of it in itself, if that could have possibly damaged the magic of this ship during the Great Battle, or if any of its children somehow have the ability to affect the weave, just on the off chance that,
Serpents are not creatures of magic. The runic magic is more stable than others anyway. It is harder to disrupt. There is no spell that you can simply cast to erase a rune. You must erase the physical rune itself while erasing the magic. It is the reason that we use runic magic. It is very, very durable. If cast properly and maintained, it can last for hundreds, thousands of years. The sky giant castles that still fly today that your people have colonized, it is powered by runic magic.
I thank you for your insight. I think with that, like, Lyra Corius is detecting magic and then probably closely inspecting the runes of the mask to see is there any tamper already?
Could I get a spellcasting check, Lyra? So D20 plus your spellcasting modifier. Grim, you're heading over to talk to Jarl Ulfric, Niles, and Bart.
Yeah, Niles, before, just as Lyra's about to cast this, Niles will just sort of say, I know Bart's got something, but Niles as Sindaris is going to say, if we think it was a cloud giant, does Corius know anything about this? I mean, we're a cloud giant.
Separate to my initial insight check into myself.
Corius, this falls under the insight check. You were trying to see if there's anything you knew, anything about yourself. Something's wrong, but you only realize that in this moment. And what's more, there's something about, because it was a natural 20 you got.
Yeah,
Corius did not realize this at the time. There is a great deal of shame and guilt around that.
Whoa.
You did.
Do I get the vibe that it's Corius's sister?
What is Corius's sister?
From when we were in the fire giant volcano,
Yes.
Lyra knew that the fire giant that had the transformation disguise powers mentioned that Corius was her sister, I think. And so with Lyra
she indicated that she was close to Corius. I don't know if you got exact confirmation that she was her sister, but there was a resemblance as well.
Yeah, but if Lyra can sort of send this information to the memory of Corius, it's like, hey, this is the face of the person that we know that can change their appearance. They seem to have a relation to you. You're having these kind of big feelings about, this weed issue and this sabotage. Do you know what this could possibly, who this is? Why?
Lyra, the strongest rejection you have ever felt pushing back from Corius. Not her sister. It could not have been, it would not have been. Only a negation of that idea is all that comes back. Too strong, Lyra. This is someone who wants it to be true, not someone who thinks it is.
Can I send just the image of the cloud giant that we met in the volcano? Just to see gut reaction, familiarity.
Can you roll me D100?
Bitch,
Get that Dundred out, baby. Let's see.
The Dundred. The Dundred.
Dundreds and Dragons is a great name for a podcast too.
56?
56. Corius, after that sudden push, that rejection of what you tried to suggest, Corius retreats Lyra, disappearing back into the subconscious, quiet, reserved. There is one more thing I will add. You would know from Corius's connection that it is not a unique thing. That ability to transform and change shape, They're not actually physically transforming. It's just illusion magic. All cloud giants learn it. It is one of the first types of magic they learn to weave. It's known as face swapping. There's a rune on the neck that is tattooed in that the cloud giants compress. It's very similar to the spell seeming, but a really interesting version of it, a specific rune magic version of it. Like, yeah, cross between disguise stealth and seeming.
Can I ask the others to ask their echoes to send the image just of that cloud giant that we met in the volcano, just to see who gets a reaction, if anyone actually knows them? See if we can get an ID.
I'm happy to share now with you. None of your cloud giants would have recognized. None of your echoes would have recognized that figure.
Oh, from the volcano.
Yeah, that's an easy one. None of your giant echoes would have been familiar enough with her for that to be an easy, sudden recognition.
Niles, as Sindaris will look over at Bart.
I think I have a genius idea.
An idea.
I'm gonna try to rushingly head with him, even maybe grab him by the elbow and start going to whatever area we can see that goes down into a main area
down into the hold, the lower decks. Yep.
Yeah, and somewhere central where there's going to be a lot of people coming and going constantly, and finding some sort of a large crate or box or a central area that I can turn into a stage. I'm going to sit on top of it, and if I don't have an instrument of some kind, I'm just going to use the stone giant singing, where they would use it to move the earth around them and things that I remember back from the Underdark, and trying to maybe lure the person who's doing this out. Bart would like to recall the Zetassian song about going deeper into the ocean, going deeper to somewhere safe.
Okay, this is fantastic, because Niles no good at performing, terrible at performing, but Niles is playing his cards pretty close to acting the Sindaris part in this point. Sindaris, on the other hand, very good performer. He has very high charisma. So as you begin retelling this story, I want Sindaris to I want to tap into Sindaris's power and perhaps hum or sort of not sing, because this is obviously the story, this is obviously Etringer, but I think there'll be a collaborative performance, and I think Sindaris might hum a resonance, a thunderous resonance in tow with Etringer, but also kind of keeping glancing around the ship to see if there's anyone. Yeah.
People
like a chain gang, yeah.
But something a bit deeper, and honestly, for sailors, unsettling. That I'm talking about going deeper into the ocean and trying to recall that Zetassian song, hoping to lure out someone that does want the ship to sink.
Could I please get, Niles, I'm going to say you're assisting Bart with this. Could I please get a performance check with advantage, Bartholomew?
Fuck yeah.
While you're doing that,
the chilly boy come shooting their sugar and tea and rum.
We just start singing sea shanties. And I'm transported back to Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Grim, while this is happening, did you want to head over and quickly ask Ulfric anything in particular?
Yeah, I wanted to essentially inquire why we've got the giants together. I realize I need to pull this back a little bit here. Why we got the giants together, have we got everyone from everywhere? It's kind of just some going for here. And then I want to name drop the previous name for Nocturnus. And I was wondering whether or not I might have known within my studies of anything of sorts what that name could have been, or if there was another name before Nocturnus, if it existed.
Could I please get an Arcana or a Lore check? Sorry, History. I mean Cosmere. Cosmere is Lore. Could I please get an Arcana or a History check, please?
I was going to say Lore check.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Is that a thing?
It's one of the stats.
What was the other one?
History or Arcana.
Can I use Arcana?
You can use Arcana.
I'm choosing Arcana. Yes, I'm choosing Arcana.
Yeah, Cosmere stats are great. You've got Insight, which is great because you can always shout out Insight, but you've got Crafting, Lore. There's some really cool stats that you can roll with.
I really love the idea of already being well versed in it, and
Yes.
the roll just gives you a little bit
Oh.
more.
So there's something you can take called expertises, and you can have like weapon expertises, which gives you proficiency in the weapon, but you can also take knowledge or cultural expertises. And if you take a cultural expertise, you automatically know the language, and you have a baseline level of knowledge that you just have. You don't have to roll. If it's like, would I know this? It's like, yep, you have the expertise, you know this. So like if you're really, let's say you're a historian, Grim, who's like, and you can be super specific. You can say like, I'm a historian who studied specifically the ruins of giant kin, in which case I would not even get you to roll. I would just be like, you know the answer to this question. You've got that specific thing. You've chosen that as your expertise. You just
I'm
know
like,
this.
hey, I know everything about Christmas beetles. You'd be like, don't roll. You know everything about Christmas beetles.
And the more specific you are, the less you need to roll for that specific knowledge, but the more you need to roll for other stuff. So it's really cool. And you can be as specific as you want. You can be like, I am a historian who had like a really broad range in subjects, or it could be like, I only studied this one thing, the Roman Empire between 703. It's like, you can be really specific. It's really cool.
So if
I like
I was like, hey, I'm a necromancer that knows everything about Nocturnus, I wouldn't have to be like, do I remember the original name for Nocturnus?
Because you only get so many expertises, and you only get a couple as you level up. If you had picked that as your expertise in Cosmere, you would know everything about it, conceivably. It's pretty cool. I love the way Cosmere does that. Like it makes the checks a bit cooler. It means that you can 20.
It also makes
it feels like it's a bit fairer.
No,
It's
you
like,
go.
hey, I specialize in this. Why do I not just know? Yeah.
It makes, I think it's erudition. I think that's one of the abilities that the scholar has. It makes their ability actually really strong because you can actually reset the 2 of the expertises, I think, on a long rest. I think as long as you've got access to a library.
Exactly. You can like go and like re-educate yourself on something, which is really cool.
Yeah,
It's like the old Eladrin thing where you could switch out proficiencies on a long rest.
Exactly that. Yeah.
But better because it's Cosmere.
It's just like Matrix. It's like one night later. I know Kung Fu.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly right. Well, this will be great. You guys will get to play with this if we do a Mistborn short series. It's the same system. So it's all the same proficiencies. It's all the same stats. It's the same skill checks. It's really cool. It's all the same like subclasses too before you get into like the special investiture, like Allomancy or things like that. Grim, 20 on the Arcana check. Yeah, man. There is no record of what the name of Nocturnus was before. There is whatever it once was, it has been struck from the records. It is a ongoing mystery what it once was. There's theories that it was once a cloud giant castle, a storm giant outpost, even that it potentially wasn't of the giants at all, but something else entirely. It's certainly, like most scholars agree, that it served some religious purpose, but no one's sure what.
No, the soggy wheat bix of this. They never eat soggy wheat bix. North, south, east, west. The compass location of this, to put in other words.
It moves, Grim, like all the floating castles and sky cities. It moves, and it follows a very set, predictable track. Nocturnus stays towards the north. It moves around the planet, skirting the northern hemisphere in a perfect circle. Whereas all the other skyships move around following the wind currents and drifting on fairly predictable pathways, Nocturnus is the only one that is always, it's very easy to know where it is. It actually follows the orbit of one of the moons, Phoebe, around the planet. Melody and Phoebe. It follows Phoebe, the smaller moon.
Okay, so it follows Phoebe.
Yeah.
Okay. As I come up, I'd like to imagine I stand next to Ulfric on the bow. Is that the front of the ship? The bow?
Yeah, bow's right.
Yes, thank you.
Prow would also work. You'd still be correct there too.
Yeah. As I walk up to Ulfric on the bow, I imagine his hair's blowing in the wind. Me, it's just like, it's like a static void. It's just like, there's no rippling of like any void. It's just like, whatever hits it, it's just like template behind this. Ulfric, I was wondering, have we collated all of the giants, necessary people for this meeting?
I think we have almost everyone who needs to be here, yes. It would be nice if the fire giants sent a representative, but It is the fire giants. We knew this would happen. They have a long-running feud with my clan, with the people of the Frost. It is too much to expect they would be here for this signing.
They are known to be, pardon my humor, hot-headed, so it is to be expected. With no troubles, I'm assured that once I say 3 or 4 of us are agreeants here, the old father will be rather happy. I was wondering, there is that that place from I can't remember the name of it. It's perpendicular, travels round. It follows the moon of Phoebe, I believe. Oh God, I can't think of the name of it. It's a temple of some sort, perhaps a floating city. It follows the moon of Phoebe. God, can you remember the name of that place?
Is this on the waves? Well, what are you talking of? Is this...
It's a floating city. It is, from what I've been told, rather magnificent. Trying to pull out my memories of this. Did I know this place was like a ritualistic place, like a very religious place?
That's the theory.
From what I've been told.
The prevailing theory is it had some religious purpose.
It was I don't know who they pray to, these giants, but it's a rather religious place. It follows the moons of Phoebe. Unlike the other temples that follow with the clouds of sorts, it's very perpendicular. It's almost tidally locked to the moon Phoebe as it traverses around. Have you ever heard of it before? I've heard tales.
This is a place you not familiar with. Some of you have only heard stories of. I do not know, sorry, friend. I am unsure of what you speak of.
I've heard some. I don't know if this is real or not, but does the name Nocturnus ring a bell in your memory?
Nocturnus, no. No, it is that is giant for a place of death, though. That is, do not like sound of that.
Well, if a place is totally locked to the moon Phoebe and it's a place of death, I don't think it's wise for one to go there.
No. You are not speaking of Anam's temple on Lisheim, are you?
I don't know. Is Anam's temple tidally locked to one of the moons? Is that what you're saying?
It is floating temple, highest, closest to the sky. It follows the sun and the moons around the sky. I guess it would follow Phoebe from a certain perspective.
Well, that does sound like it. I just heard that whether or not there are other giants around.
But you've been there many times, friends. All of us have. It is where we receive our name in the light of Enam, where we are. You would have been there at least 4 or 5 times throughout your life, surely.
I've become rather. How old do giants live?
Hundreds of years, possibly longer.
So I got to touch my hand to my head. It sort of morphs into my skull, but I try to play it off cool, realizing there's a void there. It must be over the centuries that my memory has lapsed.
You should make a journey once again. It is the privilege of every giant to bask in the unfiltered light of the All-Father of Enam. To feel the touch of the All-Mother and the light of the All-Father. It is, you should go, if it has been many years.
It is a bright and a joyous place to bask in the All-Father. You are correct. It's skipped my mind completely. I thought it was something religious in my head. And obviously, it is.
I will put the name in chat because I know Brandon has already forgotten it. Lisheim.
Liskheim. Yeah,
Lisheim.
Lisheim. Yes.
Nope. Lisheim.
Yes, we could-
You pronounce the S and then the H
Lish.
after. Lisheim.
Lishkheim. Yes,
Oh,
that's
for
it.
fuck's sake.
Lishheim. Yes. Yes, it'll be good to bask in the light of your father in Lishheim. Hope this place never is tainted by darkness. Your beauty.
Brother.
He gives you a look, turns back towards his instruments, checking the horizon once again. All right, before we jump in with Bart and Niles, I've seen your performance check.
Sorry,
No, this-
just to clarify.
Yep.
It's a
20
it's a
total, I know.
20,
Yeah, I know.
20 total. I did want to see if there's any way if I can boost this. I know I only rolled with advantage, but I just thought as well that I
You
could
had
use.
guidance as well, by the way.
Oh, excellent.
Harry gave you guidance.
I'm going to add a d4 now, but if there's any way further, as I wanted to use the Oathbound Giant Resonance, like
Yep.
through Ettringer, try to stop any of the sailors from moving 30 feet away, like as they get lured here, listening to the song, the beats and the rhythm, stopping them from their work and just keeping them here, starting to form a crowd, hoping to keep the person here.
I will adjust the DC accordingly.
D4 is a 4, 24. Okay.
But as you stride up on top of the barrel, there's a false start as your stone foot goes through the first barrel that you put up in place. You could grab a slightly more reinforced one, spread your weight a bit more evenly. And as you stand, Niles calls out, thumping of his chest to get the attention, stomping on the wooden deck of the ship, creating a beat. And as you feel that echo through the ship, you begin to sing. Your voice rising in strength. Those first few faltering notes disappearing into this low hum that resonates in the chests, the bones themselves. And you watch as a number of the sailors begin to look up, slowly moving towards you, Bart, some of them drawn closer. As you sing the song of the cetaceans, the song of the large whales, some of the giants join in. A number of the older frost giants. The younger ones don't seem to know this song. They look around in confusion as a number of their elders begin to take up the tune, flawlessly, Bart, joining in. A song that has been around for a very long time.
As I'm singing at one point when we've formed a crowd, I'm going to give like a nod to Niles.
You've also got Harry with you as well right now. I think
Oh,
Harry's...
Yeah, true.
Because
I
Harry
forgot that we
cast
can use
guidance.
the links as well. I'll
Yeah.
connect quickly to each of them over the course of this song as we're starting to form a crowd, and mentally to each of them one by one. Try to find the infiltrator amongst the people.
Harry would give Niles guidance.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep.
Do you want to have a bit of a look around too, Harry? You are there. Cassius,
Yeah,
it's
I'll
also
have a look
conceivable you're there too.
Well-
If you want to be, you don't have to be.
Yeah.
Is it Harry's perception or is it the sun?
Harry's perception. Yeah. Use all your stats for the.
Actually, they're all.
I'm
actually
in
pretty
the-
close. Okay, yep.
I'm in the process of redoing the way the giant echoes work. I've had a better idea of how to run it.
Ooh, very interesting to see.
Oh, 22, 23. Holy shit. Niles, you've got a D4 that you can add to this from Harry's
Or
guidance.
you can hold it till next time if you want as well.
It's 16. We'll just take that.
16. Not bad. Alrighty.
Harry
Niles.
gives Niles guidance again right after that.
You just keep guiding him. Niles, 16. As you look around, beyond what I described before, younger sailors confused by this performance, the older ones, the elders joining in this sad song, you don't notice too much else. A number of the sailors look up but remain at their posts. It is exceptionally dangerous to just walk away from what you're doing at sea. And you get the sense that a couple of the sailors who look over in annoyance at their comrades who just get up and leave, walking away from their posts. You watch as at the front of the ship, you watch as Jarl Ulfric hears the song, looks back. Slight smile. Confusion and a smile on his face as he looks back at Etringer performing this song.
Yeah, would be a bit weird.
To hear a stone giant singing the songs of the whales is very unusual and something he did not expect. He seems, but there's amusement there as well before he turns back to his instruments. Grim, you hear this song start up. You've got no idea what's going on, mate.
Classic Grim.
They're just singing.
If I had ears, I'd hear it and pay attention to it, but I don't.
You do have ears, it's just you don't have ears. You're the cutout of where a person was. Everything that made them burned away, leaving nothing behind. Just the shell, the void that is left behind when a person is truly long gone and forgotten. That is what you are, Grim, in this moment. Harry and Cassius, as the two of you begin to focus, there are two people in particular that catch your attention. One for how they're behaving, and they're behaving a little bit oddly. One for having no reaction at all. One of the younger sailors, standing over near the aft of the ship towards the back of the boat, seemingly controlling what looks like two enormous cogwheels powered by hand. You're not sure what it controls. Massive chains disappear into the water below. You watch as one of the young men, a young frost giant, tattoos of a bear across his shoulder and up over his chest. As he hears the music, you watch as he pauses for a moment and then begins winding faster and faster. The other giant who you notice, a female frost giant, sitting over in the corner, sipping on what looks like a flagon of drink. As soon as the music starts, she freezes. She does not blink. She does not move at all. In fact, for a moment, there is a shimmer to her form.
Oh, hell yeah.
They're both in on it. Harry will like look at Niles and like notion to that person in case Niles missed it.
Niles like immediately clocks it as soon as you make that gesture. I glance at both of them. Okay. I think we have our culprits. I say that through the mental link back to Bart, if that's still up.
If he's able to point me in the direction, Bart is just going to wing it, starting to bring the song to a bit of an, I guess, quickened climax. And as it's finally getting to the some sort of a momentous ending, changing the rhythm that he did originally know to fit something else, he's going to end it using the song as the verbal components, and would like to target the woman, and with a clap of his hands as the somatic parts dispel magic on her.
Could you please roll for me a spellcasting check using Bart's spellcasting modifier?
As just the modifier as a 4, or the spell attack as a 9?
Spell attack, same as a spell attack. Yeah, spellcasting. Yeah, as if it's a spell attack.
That's a good question. The young frost giant is like lowering a chain into the ocean right now, right?
Winding a chain. You're not sure which direction it's going. Because the chain isn't wrapping around.
Or would be dragging the anchor.
Yeah, where did the chain go?
The chain disappears into the lower decks, and it's not bundling up. It's moving perfectly. It's the chain is locked into these wooden teeth. It seems to be.
So it's like a rudder
Does
chain.
anyone still have inspiration?
Oh, that's a natural one.
Oh no!
Please tell me someone
dear.
close.
Oh fuck!
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Helps
Ruh-roh.
No one? Okay,
Nope.
sweet. I'll add the bless onto it. It's a 4 for a 14 with my natural 1.
But
magic. Can I?
Yeah.
Am I there in the
you're at the
situation room?
front of the ship talking to Ulfric, as far away from this as you probably could be.
So you're not saying I'm in the room where it happened. The room where
You're
it
not in the
happened.
room where it happened. They're below deck as well. But Bart described heading down into the middle deck as well. You can't even see them, Grim.
Hamilton can't get you copyright, right?
Yes, it can. Definitely. Yes, it can. Yeah. Do you know what? Can I just say, I'm working on my mean responses, because in this moment, I didn't shout at Grim like I did with Dave many years ago. I've grown as a person. When Dave presents me with things, I shouted back, "It's a wheelbarrow, not a wheelsbarrow. How many wheels do you think it has?" I bit back the snarky response.
Like,
I was
wheelsbarrow.
I was about to say, Grim, I was like, but I think we're safe with how you're singing it. How mean is that, Brandon? I was going to say that, and I stopped myself with the copyright strike. That is so bitchy. That's not me.
True. That means we can get away with so much.
Where did that come from? That's not me. I don't know. I just thought I'd say that. Call it
I
out.
don't know where they came from, Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh, we're safe. Yeah, we're safe.
Oh, good lord.
Here's what happens. But that is not who I am as a person. I don't know where these bitchy responses come from.
No.
Well, it's the only you I know, so.
No. Do you know what it is? It's the part of my brain that's always looking for an opportunity to make a joke out of something, and sometimes the jokes are a bit mean, and I'm trying to get better at not saying the mean ones out loud.
The new ones are the funniest.
You're always looking for a comeback.
Everyone loves a comeback.
I know you're holding that in. I know you were.
I'm not saying the full joke. But as you release the magic and the song, you release the magic and the song, you watch as the weave that you tightly bind together and send like a spear to cut through the magic strikes up against a barrier far stronger than it and shatters apart. The second it does so, 3 key things happen. The female frost giant immediately stands and locks eyes with you. The flicker gone, the movement suddenly more natural again. And there's a soft shimmer behind her for a few moments before her form seems to almost grow a little bit larger for a second. Something strange happens there.
Niles is Niles as Sindaris is just gonna start striding over to this woman. Like, seeing the spell fail, I'm just gonna as fast as Sindaris can possibly go, it's just gonna be gonna do like the Dumbledore and the Goblet of Fire.
Dumbledore calmly asked. Sindaris calmly asked the frost giant woman.
Dumbledore said calmly.
Yeah. No, but absolutely fuck JK. As you stride on over, there's 2 other things that you see occur. Yep. Pretty cool. Brandon had something funny then. I don't want to stop him. Go on.
Go on, Brandon.
Oh no, you said fuck J. You said what's an acronym again? I forgot.
JK.
Yeah, you said fuck JK, and I said ew.
That's why I let you have an opportunity to say that. Yeah, I like that. It's funny.
Thank you.
As Niles strides over to this frost giant woman, I would imagine with the focus kind of being on her, Harry, who are you paying attention to? Cassius, who are you paying attention to in this moment?
I'm what you wrote, guy.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Chain guy.
If I'm being honest, Cassius has only been thinking about rune magic ever since he heard about it.
That's so fair. Do you want to? That's so fair. Do you want to roll me, Cassius? I'm going to say a spell casting check. You can use your spell casting as an attack to see if you can kind of figure some fundamentals out about rune casting magic while this stuff's going on. I mean, you've got a perfect
13.
example of runes all around you. That can be what you focus on. Yeah, 13. We'll come back to that in a minute.
Hell yeah.
Harry, as you're focusing on Chain Guy, the younger lad, as soon as that spell, the dispel magic from Bart, flies towards the frost giant woman, you watch as the young man hoisting the chain bites down on his thumb, places it against the wood of the main gear and strokes around, tracing this pattern for a few seconds in blood.
Harry will run up to him.
Okay, so we've got Harry running towards Chain Guy. We've got Niles running towards the Frost Giant woman. The third thing that happens. I will even
cast command as fast as I can.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Yeah.
Yep.
This is Lyra and the Frost Giant to all this. Like, is this within eyeshot? Like, are they completely different deck?
They're on a lower deck. You guys are on the upper deck. This is the third thing that happens. You watch as one of the sails, this is for Lyra and Grim, who are on the surface, on the upper deck. You watch as one of the sails, the foremost sail, the one at the front of the ship, flickers for a moment.
Fuck.
All right.
Oh, freak.
Oh, fuck. So it was never there.
Are there, is there like a corresponding change on the mast itself in the runes that we can sort of see, or is it just...
Not to the naked eye. Could you roll for me an Arcana check, please, Lyra? Or Perception, I would allow.
Can I join you on this endeavor?
Yes, you can.
Looking at the...
Down below the deck of the ship, Harry, can you cast Command for me? I believe I need to make a Wisdom saving throw for the giant. I believe it is Wisdom for Command. Yeah, Wisdom save, DC 16. Easy done. I'll roll that now. And Niles.
Spells, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Niles, as you rush over towards the Frost Giant, are you doing anything other than just like rushing over towards her as quickly as possible?
Yeah, I mean, I'm Sindaris at this point, so all I can do is just interject, I guess.
Okay. Let's do the command first then.
Well, actually, no.
Oh, yeah?
I was thinking of something else.
Oh, okay.
Do I have access to Sindaris' spells?
Technically, no, because I'm in the process of redoing all of the giant echoes, but also technically, yes. I will absolutely allow you to use any of Sindaris' spells. That's fine.
Okay.
I wanted to use second level command on both of them.
Cast Wish, man.
I don't have Wish.
He doesn't have Wish.
I wish I did.
That's what we have to do.
That's what we have to do.
Yeah, you can cast command second level. What is your command, Harry, as you shout it out on both of them?
Stop.
Okay, I'll roll for her too.
I'd probably just do mirror image to sort of like trip up, maybe just distract and trip up this lady.
Okay. So here is what you see. Harry, DC 16.
Mm-hmm.
They both failed.
Nice.
Whoa.
This is why I'm the son of the king of the
Stone Giants. You had to check your notes. All right. This is why I'm the son of the king of the Stone Giants. Stage left looks for prompting. He watches the stage hand holds up a big rock. You're like, yeah, Stone Giants. Yes, thank you.
You don't have to remember.
The young lad, his hand freezes partway through tracing whatever this rune is. His body seizes up and goes solid. You watch as the woman, her form shifts, the younger appearance falling away, revealing a much older frost giant. A woman, but far older than she appears. And as she stops, all three sails immediately vanish. You watch as Ulfric turns and calls out, Devolver, what has happened? And that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight's session.
What was her name?
The Volva. What has happened? Volva. It's the Norwegian. It's the Viking term for a witch, essentially.
I know what a Volva is.
Or a seer. Maybe I should. Maybe I should change this. I feel like I'm going to regret this.
That's why I was.
I hear her. She's putting in an opening for them to.
Guys, we've lost the Volva.
I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to Voluspa. because otherwise you lot can't keep that seriously. I'll type it. I'll type it in chat.
No. Owen, don't touch the vulva. Just
I'm not very good at not doing. I struggle. No, we're going to change that to Veluspa. Otherwise, you're going to struggle with that, and it's going to be a huge problem. What has happened to the Veluspa?
It's like the one name that we remember.
Yeah.
Wow. The one thing that Brendan can pronounce perfectly.
The vulva.
Yeah, you gave me the name Lysham and Googlethime, but I'm just going to...
Lissheim, Gunungagop, and Veluspa. Come on, man. As it's almost like you don't.
Fake, I knew it.
It's almost like you don't know your ancient Norwegian and ancient Swedish. Come on, man. Like, get with the program.
With my lifetime, Googletop's my vulva. That's what I like.
Okay.
Jormungandr was not lost to me. That was a cool little tidbit of information.
Oh man, it's as a big fan of Norse mythology, it's been absolutely super fun.
Are we going to get like an 8-legged horse at some point as well? Or what's going on?
I don't know, man. We'll have to see. That might be what we see with the cloud giants.
Amazing. Looking forward to that.
But yeah, that is where we'll wrap up for tonight. I should say the one thing you notice is as you call out the command of stop Harry, you watch as all of the frost giants look around in horror as the glamour or illusion falls from the face of the frost giant woman, and as she freezes in place, all of her magic pausing, they all look absolutely horrified, and there is a look of sheer outrage directed at all of you.
At all of us,
particularly at you, Harry, for shouting out.
Their name.
They seem very, very confused by your sudden act of aggression against their Veluspa.
Man, I'm just studying runes.
I know, right? Alrighty, that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight, which means we will come back next week to find out what they have just wrought.
You fuck up.
well, I think one was a bad guy and one was maybe not a bad guy.
Is this like a Snake Quirrell situation?
No, I hate JK and everything she does.
An Ouroboros thing?
This is a Shakespearean thing. I'm referencing good literature. Yeah, so that is where we will wrap up for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We will be back next week with more Return of the Giants. We've got more Cosmere coming out every Monday, more Tales from the Yawning Portal every Tuesday, and more Minecraft videos every couple of days. Just whenever I get a chance to record a couple of hours here or there. So thank you so much. We will see you all again soon. Until then, stay safe, stay well. If you're watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We are going to go and raid a lovely friend of the channel tonight. That is going to be... let's go and raid... that's a replay. I like to do live ones if we can. Replays are cool, but it's fun if we can do a live one. Let's go and raid Tales from Ethereum. They are doing a Feywild adventure. That seems very appropriate. I will get that raid up and running. We will come and do that now. Everybody, we will see you all again very, very soon. Stay safe. Stay well. We'll see you shortly. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Thank you.